Let me start with Ken. He says, why are you doing this? I am doing this because of what you did for me. Because my second time showed me that you cared about home. You all said, Toba. You brought out your own money, your own resources, you mobilized. You sent message home. And what happened? It really bad completed. Do you understand? So what that told me was, wait a minute, once the people decide and put their minds to something, it happens. So why am I doing this? If things were going on well at home, I would just sit down, be reading, and trying to write the books I'm writing. Because I know that things are going on well. They may not be as I like them, but at least you know you are making progress, you're moving forward. When you sit back and see what is happening today, if you understand Nigeria, you should be concerned and you should be worried. And you should be scared. Let me tell you this. 50 years ago, in 1975, about the time that Godwin was governor, the population of Nigeria was only 63 or 65 million. The year 25 years after, the year 2000, when we started this republic, the population had doubled to 126 million. Since 2020 to date, the population has doubled again. Ask yourself, has food production quadrupled? No. Has infrastructure quadrupled? No. What are we doing today to make sure that we grow this place to feed, to accommodate this population that we have? Are we going to kill them? No. You are still the same road Godwin built, linking Benin and Lagos, is the same road we have. No rail added. When Obaseki was governor, there was about less than 1.3 million people in Edo. Today they are going to 6. So can't you see that there is future problem? Are we just going to fold our arms and do nothing? No. That's why I'm in. To say, look, guys, wake up. All these people who are misguided, they don't know or they don't care. Because you care, let us now begin to organize and decide on what we need to do to make a real change. I showed you in 8 years what is possible. In 8 years, you saw what was possible. Yes. Take agriculture alone. We put almost 120,000 hectares of land under cultivation. Bring in people who know. What about education? By the time we left Edo Best, we had about 400,000 children who were tracking under Edo Best. Term on term, I could tell you how they were performing. We keep shouting, hospital. There's a specialist hospital where Central Hospital used to build. The hospital Shomole built and did not furnish. He went to borrow equipment to show Buhari. That hospital is there. We improved on it. Yes, I did. We built more than 12 hospitals or clinics. 12 around a 40-mile radius of where that Central Hospital will be. We took Central Hospital, which was only on about 6 acres, rebuilt Stella Basanjo, which is on 30 acres of land, the whole medical hub. Because we see that the medical needs of our people will continue to grow. So, to answer Isoken's question, that, okay, we are, as a governor, as a leader, you should carry everybody along. You also haven't done some work. You don't want it to be destroyed. You have laid a foundation. That is what I expected. I didn't expect that they would steal the election the way they did. But instead of that, we prepared a full dossier. It's online. 833-page transition reports on everything we did and how we did them. We had people, trained people, first thing these clowns did when they came, whether they thought they were hurting me, they just started sacking people who know. The people who know what we did. They removed all of them. And how do you expect to perform? Before, I was the first governor to come in and remove, say we no longer use paper files, no more paper. We became digital. Before I left, I was approving everything online. You came, you have removed the online, EdoGov. The people I had, when I came into civil service, the average age of the Edo civil service was 45 years. By the time I left office, we had dropped it by new increment to about 32. So you have a group of people who don't know how you do things analog. They're still there, but they don't know what to do. So the point I'm making is that I'm in this because I can see that, there is problem ahead. Even with what we did, I knew it was not enough. People say, oh, you don't share money. I said, I would like to share money, but we don't even have enough. When they come and tell me, I say, listen, this is how much it costs me to keep a child in school under Edo Best. So whose child should I drop so that I can make the money available for you to send your own child abroad? They won't be able to answer me. We don't have enough. So why should I now be wasting and dashing what we don't have? Somebody comes into government, the first thing he thinks he should do is buying vehicles. You are not buying drugs for the hospital. You are not supporting education. Is that not madness?
It is.
We set up a transition committee before I left. I said, look, the government of Edo State is not Obaseki's property. Come, you have taken over, you claim you have won election. Give me your team. I will provide a team. Let them work together so that they can explain what we did in the last 8 years. So that they can continue from where we stopped. When we called the first meeting, you know what these people in this team were asking for? That we should give them sitting allowance.
Can you imagine?
If we don't pay them, they will not come. You are the one that is now in government. You are the one that is going to continue. I say, come and see what we have done. You say, I should pay you for you to come and... those are the kind of people that we have today.
Very unserious.
So we tried that inclusiveness to say, we were sitting down and talking to everybody so that we can see how to carry everybody along. All these admirals they are using now, some of them were already beginning to look for other ways to improve their lives.
Yeah.
For those 8 years, they were beginning to look for other ways. They were learning, we were training many of them. Even in the motor parks, we had introduced technology for them to collect revenue. Their own, we worked with the unions. So you could see everything going up and up and up. But because a few people feel that they are not benefiting directly, they must spoil the whole thing. So what I am doing is now to say, you know what? Let us now begin to mobilize. In Italy alone, there are 200 or so thousand Nigerians. About 100,000 are from Edo. I have gone around the UK. We have nothing less than 120,000 Edos in the UK. By the time I go through Europe and America, you know that we have more than 300,000 of us. If only 100,000 say, yes, we are ready to remove these people, they will, in less than, before you say that, they will leave. I know. Because they don't have it. They don't have the goodwill of the people. They are threatening. You see, they are calling around, don't come, they will seize your property. They cannot, whatever they do is only temporary. And they will suffer for it.
Of course.
Because evil does not try for a long time. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
So people should not be afraid. Because all I hear from that clown who is a governor is threat. I mean, who are you? Who are you? You think just being governor is enough? You have to show that you are governor. You have to do things to behave like a governor.
Capacity.
You have to take the people's interest at heart. So it's okay. I hope I've answered a bit of your question. My reflection, yes, professionals can't run away from. You know why? The amount of first everywhere else, England, this community, right? This constituency thrives because of institutions. People will come and go, but Council Hall will remain. Is it not? Yes. The records of what they did in 1600 is there. 1800 is there. 2000 is there. We have weakened our institutions. And the only way we can get along and rebuild Nigeria quickly is if people from the private sector now begin to look and come into government and help government. You see the crisis we're having in Edo today? All those characters around the government, whether it is Zeyamo, whether it is Oshomole, whether it is all those clowns, characters around the government, they do not understand. They've never worked anywhere else. They don't understand how value is created. They don't understand how businesses are built. They've not worked in a block, in an office that is organized. Do you understand? They have not, so they don't know. They don't have any experience. So that's why they are querying everything they see today. They are querying who owns smoke, who has registered, because if they had worked in institutions, they understand how things are built, how monies are raised, then they will not be this ignorant and doing the things they are doing. So unless more people who have worked in institutions in the private sector, who have the kind of backgrounds we have, come into government, it will be a real tall challenge. It will be a tall challenge. So I agree with you. I will continue to preach that. But the first thing is, let us organize and make sure that we get the right people in charge in the first place. You understand? People can read who know figures.
It's confusing me. It's confusing me.
You get it. People can read. People cannot be easily confused. Once you have those, then people who have built something, who have a second address, will have the confidence to say, okay, let me take the risk and go into government. Most of the things I did as a governor, I wasn't the person who did it all. But because people saw me, saw where I'm coming from, believed in what I was doing, many people left their jobs. Many people came from abroad to work with the government that I headed. So you can't run away from the fact that you must have professionals who know. Because once you have the caliber of the characters around for our politics, unfortunately we're only going to go one way down. The last, I hope I have answered all, but let me talk, okay, the lessons from my experience, of course I'm going to share. I just finished a fellowship at Oxford. I'm also, looking at other fellowships. And yes, I'm writing, but not from the point of, I'm a superhero. No. But the lessons I learned and what we must do to sustain, our development. Everywhere else in the world, you've seen how people have moved, have leapfrogged, right? And don't even look at countries like Malaysia. If you compare us with them, because we're more than them, our GDP was higher there than theirs 60, 70 years ago. Look at small countries like Vietnam, like Cambodia, like very small countries that don't have a fraction of the resources we have. Look at how they are developing very fast. So what is our reason? What is our excuse? How can we say with the kind of population we have, with the caliber of people I have here, and all over the UK, the kind of governor we have now is what we have? It's a shame. And it's a challenge to us. We are also responsible. We're culpable. Yes, they cheated us. Yes, they did things that were unbelievable on September 21st last year. But let them say, they claim there will be another election. And we will not keep quiet, we will not sit down, and we will wait for them in that election. This time around, we know that the court won't help us. So we know what to do. We will wait for them. But you cannot keep quiet. What you did for me during the Togba movement, you have to do 10 times that this time around. You've got to mobilize. So from when things are clearer, after spring next year, we'll come back. We'll have sessions. And let us see how they will stop us. Have you seen a situation where those who don't know are the ones now leading those who know?
No.
Are you going to make progress?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. What a wonderful evening. We are going to suspend the Q&A session for 30 minutes. Your Excellency, we need to chop. I beg, we need to chop. Your Excellency, we need to chop. Your Excellency, please, we are going to just hold on because of the space. Members of the high table will go to the kitchen, take their food, and the rest of us can go there orderly to make it faster. You don't have 30 minutes to do this. Your Excellency, Mommy, please lead us to the kitchen, Mommy, please. Just 30 minutes, please. 30 minutes, then we'll come back. We are here till 11 o'clock. Oh, don't worry, we're here.
Most of you keep making personal sacrifices. We were in Leeds, the weather was inclement, was very bad that day, and he drove all the way from London to come and support us in Leeds. Here he is again tonight. People are asking me, oh, where are you getting the money to fund all of these trips you are making? I say, I'm not paying for it. People are contributing, people are inviting me. As I speak now, problem I have is scheduling. There are so many those in different cities in Europe, in Stuttgart, who are asking, when are you coming? When are you coming? So, for me, this is, what I just thank God for the kind of Edo people we have. The issue of the vaccine plant. You see, first, it is development does not happen automatically in one day. You have to have building blocks. For those people who are building research, advanced research facilities, and things like vaccine and vaccine production today, they have had a long history. The whole issue of vaccines and vaccine production came to our mind but because of COVID and the devastating effect of COVID. But COVID then showed me how underdeveloped our healthcare system was. I asked, I personally took charge. I remember March 23rd, 2000, after COVID broke out. I then decided to host a team at 9 a.m. every morning. I summoned that team, made up of people, heads of departments in UBTH, the state hospitals, private hospitals, federal hospitals, or anybody who is anybody in medical care in Edo State was part of that committee to understand what is going on. What I saw shook me to my core. When I asked, please, can you tell me how many people died in Edo in 2019, right? Because we just had COVID and many people were dying, more people were dying. I wanted to compare what we had the year before and what we're having now. They could not tell me. They don't have the data. Then we said, okay, let us even now go around, try and sensitize people. Because we have had a lot of help and assistance from those like you all over the world. We've deployed our healthcare workers, go into the communities. We give them handsets to collect vital data, give them money for allowance. They will come back with fake, false entries. So by the time I finished, I saw we were really, really in trouble. And we had to rejig our whole healthcare system. Fortunately, we had started the Edo State Health Improvement Plan. And we used that COVID period to now go back and rethink our healthcare system. First, in this country, how many of you go to a doctor and pay cash? Everybody has GP. You can say, okay, NHS is slow, but at least they will take care of you. At home, do we have any like that? So how can healthcare work? Somebody is sick, he will go to chemist. The person in the chemist maybe didn't even go to school. It's like your governor. What will they give him? So we had to go back to the core to say, let us rebuild our healthcare system. Let us first think about what is the role of government in healthcare. Government cannot be the one managing all the hospitals. The role of government is first to set up standards. To say, if you say you are a hospital, you are providing healthcare, somebody is supervising you to make sure you are doing the thing you say you should do. Second role of government is to now help organize the financing so that you can pay, you can have insurance, some arrangement, so that when you go to any place to get cured, you can pay. Because when you are sick and you need help and cure, nobody cares where you get it from. Abi? Whether it is UBTHO, it is General Hospital, it is primary care, whether it is private, does anybody care? Everybody's concern is that you should be well. So as long as you have a payment arrangement, then anybody can help you, take care of you. That's what we focused on. And by doing so, you now create a viable healthcare market that can support investments in pharmaceuticals, in vaccines, and in equipment. You create a market. So trying to produce vaccines was like jumping the gun. We had to go back and build from the base. That is why it was not such a priority. But we left it in the notes that having done this, we now have to attract pharmaceutical companies, vaccine companies. We had that industrial park laid out in Olugbo. In that park, by inside that park, you had at least 15 oil wells with producing gas. So you had people who were prepared to invest in turbines to produce electricity. The first was Osimo. There were many others who were waiting. Because the gas is there. The people who want the electricity are there. So what is the problem? It is for government to encourage people to come and invest. But apparently it takes a bit of schooling and understanding for people to understand this. They think that when you encourage something to happen, you must have a personal interest. That's why you are doing it. They don't know that you can do something for the good of everybody. So that is the issue. So we were expecting that once we establish a very viable healthcare, that's why we invested in Stella Obasanjo Hospital. If you go to Stella Obasanjo today, at least when we left, there's no hospital in the South that was as equipped as that hospital. 250 beds. When General Obasanjo came to open that hospital, he almost wept. He said, you did this in my honor, God will bless you. We had MRI machine, CT scan, you had a whole, the dialysis section was about 12 dialysis stations. For IVF, we had the best laboratory in that hospital. As we speak, they locked it up because they don't know what to do. And they are arguing about MOA and hospital in MOA. They are wicked people. Wicked. That's all I can. Wicked people. And I said, Godwin does not know the day his brother or sister will have an accident and need help. So when you shut a hospital like that, are you hurting Obaseki? You're just a wicked and stupid and foolish person. Otherwise, you shouldn't do a thing like that. Why do you that hospital, we knew how much it cost us. And he said, oh, the administrative block was not ready, and therefore you don't uphold the hospital. We knew that the state did not have the capacity to manage that kind of hospital. So we went to Chesrad in Abuja, one of the best hospitals, private hospitals in Nigeria, run by somebody from Edo State, to partner with him to come and help us run that hospital. And Esan Man, for that matter. The first thing Godwin did is cancel that agreement. Why? And lock up the hospital. And then start playing politics with people's health. He's not just a stupid person, he's wicked. And he's not dumb alone. There's a way you can say, I don't know. Right? But there's a way you just can be wicked. And that is what I see in what they are doing. They can't explain why that hospital 1 year after is shut down. And you know what it is. These equipments are advanced equipment. You store them, you don't use them, what happens? I mean, why should you do this? What sort of politics is that? Is it your personal money? These people are wicked and they cannot be the ones in charge of it. Plus, they are masters. Master gave his son to go and manage. That son has never worked. Why do you do this to people? We have 5 million of us. How many are you? They think they can take on all of us? They will see. They will see. In due time, they will see. Because I know you will not keep quiet. As for the issue of the palace and our father, it is really, really unfortunate that anybody can propagate lies when there are documents to show. I mean, when you don't pay something, the document is there. I mean, so we can produce all the documents of payments, and the payment does not come from the governor's office. It comes from the local government. The Constitution of Nigeria says that you have federal, state, and local government. The traditional institution is under the local government. Each local government has what you call a traditional council. It is the same thing all over Nigeria. It cannot be different in Edo. I don't touch the money. The money comes straight from Abuja to the local governments. From the local governments, they now pay to the traditional council. Every local government. Edo South has 7 local governments. Before I came, they then said, okay, they never been the paramount, they don't want the separation. Let us have a Benin traditional council that is made up of the 7 local governments. When money comes, it should go, these 7 local governments should bring your 5% that is due into this Benin Traditional Council. Benin Traditional Council will meet monthly, regular, and then give everybody their own. Because you had Enigis in Ovia, in Wode, in Ego, you have everywhere. They also have to maintain where they are. I mean, when I came, I said, okay, even how much are you giving them? They said, 5%. I said, 5% of what? They said, 5% of this. I said, no, you have to give them 5% of everything that comes to the local government. So I increased what was going to traditional councils. The records are there. I'm not, if I'm lying, go and investigate. I'm not saying anything new. So the whole idea was, look, let us keep Edo South together under the Benin Traditional Council. The monies will come. The Omonoba will now use that as leverage to take care of everybody. Since October 2016 till date, they should tell us how many times Benin Traditional Council met. Never met. They never shared the money. Everything only went to one source. So the different local governments started complaining. There was one particular issue. You remember one time you could not drive from Benin to Auchi. They kidnap sometimes 2-3 times a day on that road. You remember? So we then went into the matter. I started investigating. I started having town hall meetings with the communities around. I said, come, Onoge, sit down, Tota. When they kidnap people on this road, they take them into the bush, into these communities. You want to tell me that you do not know about it? You want to tell me that people cook for them, people, so you don't have people in the place. So why are you here? They looked at me and said, what money? I said, what? You're supposed to get 5% every month from the local government. I said, they don't get anything. They've not gotten anything. For years. So we could trace insecurity, the source of insecurity, to solve the disempowerment of these areas. Then I said, okay, put it in writing to me. You cannot be complaining because I don't know about that. I only know as a governor this happens. They wrote to me that this. I said, okay. I sent it to the palace. I said, please, I want your comment that we can resolve this matter. I was ignored as governor. Reminder, ignored. Third reminder, I was ignored. Who is in charge of the state? At that point, I said, stop all these payments until we resolve this matter. That was the issue. So go online and you check. I said, kept that money. I said, nobody will touch it until we resolve this problem. The money was accumulating there. That's what they're trying to use, which is a lie. It got into billions. Then, when the thing couldn't move, they then sat down. I said, you people sit down and agree on this matter. Okay, you have to respect our traditional institution of finance. This is our source. So how much of this money should go to Palace or Business Center? How much do you keep? Then they agreed 50-50. 50% of the money that comes to the traditional council in the local government, they will keep in the local government for their use. 50 will go to the Palace. That was the agreement. I then said, based on that, oh yeah, bring the money that is now in escrow. Share it. Give the Palace their own. You take your own. That is what we're operating. If anybody disputes me, let them say, because all the paper is there. Go online, you will see how much we then distributed. At one point, we gave the Palace their own share, which was more than 300 and something million, and gave the local governments their own so that they can work. Per month. When this governor came, part of the agreement was to reverse. So none of the NGOs get anything anymore. And that's why you have, part of the reasons why you have such insecurity in the villages. In addition to that, you don't even have local governments. They dissolved all the local governments and drove everybody that was elected. That is part of why you have the challenges you have in Edo today. If anybody has an alternative, let them say it. So all this propaganda they are sending out is to cover, and we are going to challenge them, except they now decide to behave properly and do the right thing. As governor of Edo State, we put a security architecture in place, just like you have here. Every day, I call everybody, Commissioner of Police, Director of DSS, Head of National Defense, and Head of NDLA. What happened in your place today? Give us a report. We gather all those reports. Right? We put it in a database. We look at it. There's a lot of homicide here. There's a lot of killing. Which area? Maybe in Gobauka. Why is it going on? Oh yeah, let us set an operation and go and deal with it. There's a lot of kidnapping in Oriomo. Which villages? Which area? Why? Oh yeah, get hunters, get vigilantes, give them resources. We go there. We bought over 6 drones, some with night vision. When they kidnap people at the train yes. How many days did it take for us to rescue those people? The one in Kaduna, how many months did it take them? So we had a solid system in place. I had a command and control center that's second to none in Nigeria. The first thing these people came, they scattered it. When during NSAS, all the police stations in Upper were burnt down. All of them. Bar none. I came, I rebuilt all of them. Just to strengthen the security structure of Edo State. Then we got communities to give us voice, vigilantes. We took money, we rebuilt the police training school in Ogida Barracks. With state money, go and see it today. The records are all there. And we started retraining these vigilantes. That is why you saw peace and safety in Edo. Anything that happens in any area, we know, we send them and we're able to aware ahead. All of that, they've destroyed. You cannot play politics with security. That is why we have the situation we have today. So anybody who says, I did not give the palace their money, I called the person, let him show me the evidence. I have evidence to show how much they got every month when I was in office. So please, I think part of what we must take away today is you guys resolve globally to stop that mispropaganda. Because a lot of people are being misled by lies. Let us correct the lies so that we can focus on what we need to focus. Because we need to move our people forward. Our people are suffering too much. We cannot accept this anymore, and there's no need for it because the resources are there. I know it, and I'm talking from the position of somebody who has been in charge before. The governor today is getting more than 3 times the revenue I got as governor. His security vote alone is 6 times what I used to spend. Meanwhile, we have more insecurity, and he says he's going to report me to EFCC on my security vote. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? And he thinks he will leave that office and walk free in Nigeria? He's a joker.
We are going to take 2 more questions, please, so we can have our photo session with His Excellency. See, bro, please come. Please come. Before coming, he told me that he's here to ask one question. My bro, I beg, allow me to go. You slap, say my face was. Tell me for Manchester. 30 seconds, I beg. 30 seconds.
Yeah, for the record, my name now Obaseki, son of the soil. Esa Central, who wrote me born. Yes. Sorry. Wow, I'm going to. Esa North Central. Esa North Central. Ebule stroke, who wrote me. Uro, I know where I for come now. My governor, what I want to try to talk on behalf of me, my family, my friends, and where we chance.
Thank you.
Based on say your performance, we know they go English slide so that may every common man understand what you need. Based on say your performance, what you don't do, we want to know your goal. You just want relent. Based on say personality like you, we not feel if you say will leave to at stake based on say senator positions they there, even president they there, you know, minister positions also they there. We not feel leave you like a strong son of the soil when you let your potentials go like that. So we want to know, are you going to continue or you just want to pause or just give us a pray for faith? Thank you, brother.
I beg you, let me answer again. This is the most important question. I must answer this question. You know, Usagi, listen to me. You see, before you come, and by the way, you go give buy drink because you're late. The ex-governor came here before you, so I fine you. And I'll let you know the fine before I leave. But before you come, somebody asked something similar. But I don't answer now as in-depth as I will answer now. Before you come, I tell them and say, look, Nigeria don't change. I say, I think around 2000 they born you, or just before 2000. By that time, what will be the population of Nigeria? 125 million or thereabouts. That is 25 years ago. Today, the population don't double. That means say the people when they in Nigeria and they do when they under 25, not plenty pass. Do you get? And part of the challenge we get for Nigeria today, they say, una when plenty pass, when policy go affect, una they hope say na some old gago like me, like will go help una. No, you see this councillor where just come out here. You know how many years it be? 23 years. Then you dey here, paper. You dey hope say somebody will come die for you. The point I'm making is that you young ones, we are doing this for you. It is not in my position to go be senator or president now. My role is to groom you to be councillor, to be governor, to be senator, to be president, so that you can change your future. My role is to mobilize you so that you have people who are educated who know to lead your future. If you sit down and make you expect the kind of gagoos when we get, when they in charge of our politics today can't cater for you, na lie. Somebody, before you come, somebody tell us, say, you get one councillor for Oriomo when he's 73 years old. How can that person help them in Oriomo? Do you understand? So my role today is as a leader. God has been kind, has given me the opportunity. I understand what has happened in our country. We need to create the space for the younger people to now understand and take their lives, the future in their own hands. You are the ones that are going to live this life, not us. Do you understand? So it's like, hey, hear me well. All this one you do guy, they do jagger. It not go help you because your children will suffer. They will go to speak English for you here. You said you will not go safety. I won't go home. You not go free go. Then do you understand? Because you don't get anywhere where you will go. So it's about us sitting down, thinking, and re-strategizing and mobilizing. I saw what you did during Togba. You mobilized. I saw what you did during the labor movement. It is possible. You have the resources, mentally, financially, and otherwise, to make sure we get what we want in Nigeria. And we will do it.
Excellency, please, 30 seconds. Thank you very much. Listen, Domosa. My name is Austin Okundaye Fredeko. I'm from Ovia Northeast. And I'm a nephew to your friend, late friend, Pamillon.
My uncle.
Yes, I'm his nephew. My question is more or less like a recommendation, and I will be very brief, sir. Because I can't ask the number one question I put in here, but let me go to number two. During your 8-year tenure as governor, your administration was often praised for the quality and professionalism of the individuals who served in your cabinet. They were, in fact, they were all A1, not D7. And I want to ask, how did you go about identifying and selecting such competent personalities, and what guiding principle shaping your choices? Because what you have today, currently, we can't talk about it, sir. Thank you very much.
Bless you, brother.
Thank you very much. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Hello, good evening. I'm Dr. Osas. I have a very quick question. I'm trying to break it up into three folds. The first part is, in your 8 years as governor, what did you identify that you think you have done better from what you've noticed? What do you think you have noticed? What do you think you have done better in terms of gaps from what you're doing now and what you think you have improved? The second part is, we have, some of us, people who are knowledgeable, kind of understand where you're going with what you're going to do in this state. But also, there's a couple of people who don't tend to catch exactly what the vision is. So, I think my question is, what tactical solution would you have done, and what would be the strategic solution you would have given to provide a situation where people can kind of buy into that vision that you're trying to move, you're trying to do for yourself? I'm asking that question because you're not going to be there anymore. Some people want to go to the future. What are the things you're thinking about, in that aspect? Because we have an educational, gap, in the country, and I don't think it's part of it. Thank you. 2 seconds.
Thank you very much, Excellency. My name is Obaseki. So I don't want to sound like the governor of the state that want to bend with you. I want to ask this question. It's really bothering in my mind. So after the election in Edo State, which we have Godwin, I want to ask, what's your relationship with him till days? Thank you very much.
So,
Okay, so let me start with the last one.
you have just 5 minutes.
Okay. How about save me and get 5 minutes?
Yes, no, they're already giving us.
This is new power. First, let me apologize on behalf of Aswe. He would have been here today. He wanted to be here and in London tomorrow. Something came up and he couldn't make it. So that should answer that question. The issue of how did we choose the people we brought into government? I think first you must know what you want to achieve, isn't it? I mean, if you get shop or get any business with the money, you know what you want to do. You want to sell, you want to your product. You want to sell your product in a certain area. Won't you go and look for somebody that has sales experience, that knows the area to help you? Will you go and bring your brother from the village that does not know the area?
A carpenter.
So you have to, as you have to, as somebody in authority or somebody in power, to know what you want to achieve, and then you now go and bring the people who you believe have the experience and the capacity to help you achieve. That is, take education and Edo Best. The woman who helped me lead this process, Dr. John Obiawe, when I got into government, she was in the opposition side. She was a supporter of Ize Yamu. She didn't support me for my election. When I appointed her, it was a thing that caused the first quarrel between me and Oshomole. She said, oh, I'm now in government and I'm going to bring people who did not support me in my election. I said, but this woman has the capacity. She has a PhD from Cornell. So I say because of politics, I will now, that's how I selected the people I selected. I didn't care where you come from. As long as you can help me achieve what I want to achieve, I say come into government.
Before you take the last question, this man is really getting impatient. Please, vehicle number BU22TDZ, black Mercedes. Please go and repark. Please. Oh, we're not. Black Mercedes BU22TDZ. Thank you, sir.
Okay, last answer. What would I have done differently? Honestly, when I think back, it's easy today to say, oh, I would have done this, and this. But you have to look at it within the context of what I had to deal with. Do you understand? I came in as governor. Okay? I looked, we didn't have money. These are the promises we made. These are the things we say we should do. I told, because before I became governor, don't forget, I went around the states looking for votes for my primaries before I went again for the main election. So I could feel the state, I saw the state and what was lacking. Oshomole left 160 billion naira of debts. But I have never complained about it because my role as governor is not be complaining about what the last person did. They took him into FCC. When they asked, I didn't support, I didn't ask them. This Johnny Negbedio that has become, now he was the one in charge. The records are there. But the FCC, I said, no, that is not my problem now. My problem is how to develop Edo State. Some people will say, oh, you should have done that. No, I don't regret. Because my work as governor is not to go after other people. It's how to move Edo forward. In fairness, I don't think there's anything I did I will not do again the way I did it. The only thing I never believed would happen, because that's why in selection of who will succeed me, I knew I won't finish everything. I knew we were just laying the foundation. But I had hoped and prayed that if we found somebody like mine, who I knew we had in someone like Aswe Godalo, the next 8 years, nobody would have touched Edo in Nigeria. Yeah. Because we had laid the foundation. He would have to bother about the foundation and the other things. But people knew and they want to destroy Edo. And they have collaborators from Edo who are supporting them. People from outside Edo who are not, they're scared and they want to destroy Edo. So the thing is that we have to understand that we are a nation. We are a people that existed before Nigeria. You can't break us. Even if some of our people are misguided, it doesn't mean that we don't know where we are going or where we are as a people. Look at you here in the UK, in Europe. People think that Edos are so many. Because when you count the Yorubas, there are about 40 million or more. When you count the Igbos, there are more than 30 million. How many are we Edos? 5-6 million. But when they choose one, we choose, is it not? We are bigger than we really are because of who we are. So we're a threat. And they find people inside us to try and bring us down. So I don't think I would have done anything differently. What we didn't have, what I did not believe, is that I didn't believe that people will mindlessly rig elections the way they rigged it. I was sitting in the INEC, I was seeing them change figures. They came out, announced it, and said, go to court, nothing will happen. And we went to court and nothing happened. Because if the thing had gone according to plan, we would not be talking like we're talking today. We'll be building, today, 1 year after I left office, we would have signed more C of O's. We would have mapped Edo every year, every other year, we used to map the city, fly out the state, fly around. We have brought in more investors. Our security system would have been tighter. Everybody else could be complaining in Nigeria, but Edo would be a safe haven if we had continued. But by the grace of God and with your power, we will reconnect. Amen. It will happen.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.